here's something your bank will never tell you. Right now, at this very moment, your savings account is losing real value every single day, and the system is designed to make sure you never notice until it's too late. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is basic economics that the wealthy understand and the middle class is never taught in school. Let me break it down for you in a way that will genuinely change how you think about money forever. First, let's talk about what inflation actually is beyond the textbook definition. Inflation is not just prices going up. Inflation is the purchasing power of your money going down. That distinction sounds small, but it is everything. When the Federal Reserve reported that inflation hit 9.1% in June 2022, the highest level since November 1981, what that actually meant was that $100 you had saved in January 2021 could only buy about $83 worth of goods by the end of 2022. You lost $17 of real wealth without spending a single cent. Now here is where it gets darker. The average high-yield savings account in 2022 was offering somewhere between 0.5 and 1% annual interest. Some traditional savings accounts at major banks like Chase and Bank of America were still paying 0.01%. Let that sink in. Inflation at 9.1%. Your savings earning 0.01%. That is a real return of negative 9.09%. You were paying the bank to hold your money while your wealth evaporated. A study by the Wharton School of Business found that between 2020 and 2023, the average American household lost approximately $11,000 in purchasing power due to inflation outpacing wage growth and savings returns. $11,000. Gone. Not from spending. Not from bad investments. Just from holding dollars in the account your parents told you was safe. Now let's talk about who actually benefits from inflation, because wealth does not disappear, it transfers. When inflation runs hot, people who own hard assets, real estate, commodities, stocks, and businesses see the nominal value of those assets rise. A person who owns a rental property worth $300,000 in 2020 saw that property valued at roughly $420,000 by 2022 according to the Federal Housing Finance Agency. That is 40% nominal appreciation. Meanwhile, the renter paying their rent saw that rent increase by an average of 26% nationally over the same period according to Apartment List's National Rent Report. The homeowner got richer. The renter got poorer. And both of them experienced the exact same inflation. This is what economists call the Cantillon effect, named after the 18th century economist Richard Cantillon, who first described how newly created money flows through an economy unevenly, enriching those closest to the source of money creation first and hurting wage earners and savers last. When the Federal Reserve expanded its balance sheet from $4.2 trillion in February 2020 to $8.9 trillion by April 2022, that new money did not appear in your savings account. It appeared in financial markets first, inflating asset prices, benefiting the already wealthy, and then slowly trickling down as inflation that hit everyday people buying groceries and paying rent. A 2021 report from the Rand Corporation found that between 1975 and 2018, the top 1% of Americans captured $47 trillion that would have gone to the bottom 90% if income distribution had remained constant. Inflation is one of the most powerful mechanisms driving that transfer. Here's what you can actually do right now. First, understand that cash savings beyond a 3 to 6 month emergency fund is a liability in a high inflation environment, not an asset.